Welcome to the final chapter in Belize, and the most remote place you can get in all of the country by car. So I finally made it to the Pine Ridge Mountains here in western Belize. We're about 400 meters in elevation, which isn't much, but if you consider that most of this country is around sea level, then it's quite a bit. Just parked over here. It seems to be another tour group here, which is surprising because we're pretty far away from anything, you know, as far as Belize goes. We're at a stop here. I'm gonna check out a waterfall. I don't plan on going swimming yet. It's still pretty early. Maybe if I find something later, but right now we're just exploring. And it's quite easy to see why they call this the Pine Ridge Mountains. You guessed it. There's pine trees everywhere. Don't poop around, poop in the bush. I always wear the best footwear when going hiking or walking. When Lindsay sees this, she's gonna kill me. If you're going into the backcountry anywhere, please wear decent footwear, unlike me. There it is, Big Rock Falls. I think I said that right. I hope so. Not bad for Belize. Moving south along the main road to the next stop. I don't see any cars, and only the occasional bird. Despite almost all of the hundreds of kilometers of roads in this park, they are in really decent condition. It's been a long time since I've been this remote, and I've been longing for it for quite some time, as our recent time in Mexico was a bit chaotic. The next thing on the little trip here through the Pine Ridge Mountains are the Rio On pools. Looks like it's pools along a riverbed, but it looks quite nice, at least from afar. So get a little closer, see what it's like. A nice place to sit and enjoy nature. The running cool water is plenty, and you probably won't encounter anybody else. I only saw one other vehicle in my time here. Different from the coast in just about every way, the Pine Ridge Mountains is worth the entry fee, which is $0. I think there used to be a little community here. All of these buildings are abandoned. Interesting. Heading to a bit of an out-of-the-way destination, I need to pass through this abandoned town. Over 25 buildings in well-preserved condition stand here. And some, of course, not in great condition, still with furniture. I wonder if they left in a hurry, or slowly moved away. Not a soul around, but I don't stay long. I'm heading to Rio Frio and Twin Caves. I'm at the Twin Caves right now. Further up the road is the Rio Frio. I'm gonna keep going, but first I'm gonna take a look at this cave that's here. Let's go take a little peek and see what we can see. Okay, so that's it. Doesn't go anywhere. Just a little bit further, we have the twin to the Twin Caves. Let's see what it looks like. All right. I think that's it. Don't need to go any further. And now for the main feature. So we're at Rio Frio, the cold river. Apparently it is a cave, and I'm not quite sure what to expect. This whole area seems rather intense. I think it's gonna be pretty cool. Oh wow. Yeah, it is. Holy sweet potatoes. What? Not gonna lie, this is really cool. What? This is huge.
I have never seen a cave this large. Its 30-meter opening greets you with much excitement, and I know this is something I must explore. Cautiously, of course. The ceiling is at least as big as the opening, maybe even higher. And I'm surprised to see a river running through, but I could have guessed that from its name, Rio On. Often full of enormous holes with large drops. Careful footwork must be adhered to through the journey through the large cave.
So I didn't expect this to go all the way through, but this is as far as I can go right now. It looks way too dangerous to try and go down there, but this is the coolest cave I've ever been in, without a doubt. Wow, in this park it's free.
This cave alone was worth the experience of the Pine Ridge Mountains. If you're thinking about coming here, I highly recommend heading south more on the main service route. The trail is surprisingly long, but that will change in the coming years.
There's so much construction going on here in this park, and it's all being financed by China, as I've seen a sign, or Taiwan, which, I don't know, depending on what side you're on, it's China. Yeah, I'm just wondering what the purpose is, whether or not they're building it for, you know, extracting minerals for their own sake, you know, that's what they're doing in Africa. Yeah, I don't know, very curious.
You will drive on this road for hours, in all directions, but the views and scenery you will get will be top-notch. Green-covered mountains, and the occasional green-covered snake. Just remember to keep your distance.
It took a while, but I finally made it to the Mayan city of Caracal. And this place is probably one of the most remote that I've ever been to, and I think it's worth it. This is impressive. Bigger than any other one I've seen, even the one in northern Belize. Holy smokes.
Every ancient Mayan city is interesting in its own way. Whether it was the birthplace of a warrior king, or it holds the crystal skulls, or it has a dozen 30-meter high temples like this.
This is definitely looking like somewhere where they would sacrifice in the center of this high temple with the cutouts and the stones and everything like that. Wow. I can't believe how big this place is. It's really, really big. From up here you can see everything. Wow. Can't believe this place.
The road here was long, and I debated not making the drive, but I'm glad that I did.
This Mayan city is really impressive. Every single one of these buildings are huge. Unlike some cities where they barely make it past 10 feet, I think all of these are, you know, minimum 20 meters. It's all very interesting. And this looks like some sort of offering pit, sacrificial pit. Interesting.
There are so many backroads here in the park. It would take you at least a week to drive them all. I only spent a few days, and unfortunately was forced to turn around 1 or 2 times due to the lack of maintenance. So if you come here, make sure you have a full tank of gas. Camp spots are also extremely limited. There are proper camping near the entrance that you need to pay for. But overall, top tier experience in the most remote place in all of Belize. Highly recommend, and is now high on my list of most memorable places in this small but interesting country.
Well, here I am in Belize still, Lindsay, all the way in Belgium, across the ocean. And I'm going to be joining her soon. I'm in the process of buying my ticket to go to Belgium. Never in either of our lives did we think in the middle of our Panamerican trip, did we think we'd be flying to Europe. Bit of a change of pace, but honestly I'm a little excited to get out of this heat in the middle of the end of June. It's pretty nasty, and maybe come back in 2 months when it's nicer. But yeah, this is it. All I gotta do is put in my payment information and let's go back to Cancun. Never thought I'd be going there either.
Tickets booked, and Lindsay is excited.
Oh, you're coming to Belgium?
So from lush forests, I am moving out of Belize to the hot and humid temperatures of the Yucatan Peninsula.
And this is one of the reasons why I'm leaving to go to Europe right now. It's the rainy season. Every day it's like this. So, perfect timing. All right, at my spot that I'm here for a couple days at, I got lucky, and the person we dog sitted before was gracious enough to let me stay here for 2 nights while I prepare for my flight over to Europe. Now I've got my packing cubes ready to go in the bag once I get a few more laundry items done, and now I've got a second bag of just literally camera gear and electronics. Still gonna try and film stuff while we're in Europe. Don't know what or how or where, but still want to keep bringing content to you. So that's what this entire bag is here.
These are all of the clothes in the entire world that I own, so choosing what to bring is rather simple.
The truck is sitting where it's going to be for the next little while I'm in Europe. Took everything out that I needed to. It is completely clean. I scrubbed everything, make sure nothing was going to grow while I was gone. Yeah, let's do it. Alright, this is it. Could be gone from this truck for 3 months. I don't think I've ever been separated from the truck this long. I won't get emotional. Bye, Goose.
The journey continues as I head to the airport, and from there to Belgium.
Finally, after 1 month of being alone, I am at the station, the train station, and I'm getting ready to go pick up Travis at the airport. This is where we're going. Brussels Airport. I'm super excited. I already got the essentials. It's about almost 2 hours on the train, so I got everything I need, and I'm super excited to see him again. I hope he is doing well, and I just can't wait to be there. I live in Ostend, on the coast of Belgium. The trains can take you anywhere, but today I'm heading to the airport in Brussels to pick up someone important. We've been separated for the past month as Travis explores Belize and I get some medical information for my condition. But separated no longer. There you are. You are.
I got you.
Hi.
Hi.
Finally got you. Together again, just with a few changes. And an update on the medical side. Alright, I'm just done with my MRI. I already had a CT scan before, both of them with like some kind of coloring fluid. Hopefully this gives the doctors enough information they need to come up with whatever needs to happen. So I'm very hopeful at this point.